Boom.
Bang!
And now we record and sync things up and yeah, so we should start a podcast and
Better not.
what?
JJ, you want to do a podcast with me?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
Oh, you said
He
no.
just said no.
Would you do one with me? That's my boy.
Fun.
Yeah.
The two J's.
The Jays. The
Welcome
Jays
to
and
the
nothing
Jay
else.
Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is my seed.
Be a terrible way to
Absolutely.
introduce a podcast.
Peace and blessings, kings and queens. My name is Jaquan Davis.
And I'm Nicholas Fletcher. Bong bong in the house, baby. We about to do it. Yeah.
Don't ever do that again. And you are now tuned into another episode of Head On. Apply directly to your forehead. Oh, you are now tuned into another edition of the Young Old Heads podcast, the hip hop flavored, inspired,
Seasoned.
seasoned podcast where we talk about a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing. So, before we get into the things and stuff, how was your week, sir?
So for the most part, good. Work has been crazy. We talked about it a little bit last episode.
Got a lot going on.
But get some balance, some things figured out, and getting a little bit more peace and quiet to myself, some me time. On the parallel to that, last night you witnessed a little bit of it, but I got like ill out of nowhere. And
You had the bubblies.
yeah, I was sick all night last night. Slept on the bathroom floor. So, but then I went upstairs at like midnight, and I woke up at 2:00 this afternoon. So,
Oh, Lord.
you know, I'm hoping that recharged my body. I feel so much better right now.
That's
so,
good,
yeah.
man. Sometimes you got to get it out, you know. Sometimes that's the best thing is like when you get all that
You
out
just
of you,
purge your
just
body,
relief.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So,
I did an involuntary cleanse.
okay, I did voluntary detox.
Yeah,
had to
involuntary, yeah.
had to clean out the colon a little bit, you know, get it all cleaned out. Oh, hey Jay, how was your week?
Hey Jay, how was your week, man?
Awful, actually.
Really?
Well, I would say mostly awful, but it ended pretty well. So I have been very sick this past week.
Which I probably got it from you.
It's possible, but I mean, I guess it's possible. But I actually had a COVID scare, my second COVID scare. Well, I don't even know if I'd really say it was a scare.
It's precaution.
Yeah, because so we had talked on the last episode how we went out and we did this and that, and I was around a lot of people, a lot more people than I have been since this whole pandemic. And I just felt really like I was already congested a little bit last week, like I had a sore throat. Like each day was like another symptom, and then by Monday, like couldn't sleep that Sunday night. By the time Monday rolled around, I was just woke up and was like, yo, I'm like just feeling like I'm having an out of body experience. So I went to work Monday and I was trying to do my job, but it wasn't happening. My body was like, nah, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
we're done.
why are you even attempting this?
I just show
So
up today.
so I ended up leaving work after a couple hours Monday. And I told my boss, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. It might be the COVID. So he's like, yeah, just go home, get some rest. I'm like, all right, well, if I'm not feeling better tomorrow, I'm going to go get tested. So I went and got tested on Tuesday. And it sucks because you're anxiously waiting for your results. And, like, I mean, they get them fairly quick now compared to about a year ago.
2 days, yeah.
But it just,
It
like,
used to be like a week.
yeah, because I went and got the test on Tuesday morning, and then I get the results. I think it was Thursday night, but I didn't see it till Friday morning. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, do I have it? I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to,
Yeah.
you know. So, but it turns out I'm negative, so thank goodness for that.
You know,
And,
the thing about COVID is, so I've had a few scares. I've been tested and tested positive or negative.
Yeah, I was gonna say positive.
But I've tested negative, but you'll ever have that thing where you'll like maybe like start getting a scratchy voice, so
Yes.
you'll look up symptoms and you're like, wait,
I'm dying.
I do have this.
I'm
like,
deaf.
oh, this is it.
I'm dying. So you know, thank goodness. Didn't have COVID. I guess I was just regular sick. It's actually, like I said, it's my second scare, but the first one, I was actually in direct contact with somebody who had COVID. Shout out to Ashley if you're watching. One of the dopest people I've ever known. But
Blast.
yeah, but I mean, this was a long time, a year ago. But
Okay.
I was gonna say a long time. COVID ain't been around that long, but no, she we were hanging out and she unknowingly was COVID-19 positive.
damn.
And didn't know until like 3 days afterwards. So I'm like, oh, like there is no way I don't have it. Went and got tested and I didn't have it. So that's why I'm always.
What's weird about it is I have a friend that I work with, and she and her boyfriend's roommate got it, and they never got it. They quarantined with the roommate.
In the same place,
In the same
and they
house and
never.
didn't get it.
It's
Another
it's
thing
so
about
weird
COVID
to me.
too, it is so strange, this one, because I also feel like they just continue to keep adding to the symptoms.
Yeah,
Because it went from
they
like the
add to-
standard flu symptoms,
yeah.
now it's like, oh, do your feet itch? Yeah, that's a COVID
Yeah,
symptom.
they add, not only do they add to the symptoms, but the ways you can contract it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got COVID via text message.
Your friend was reminiscing about it the other day, and you got
Yeah.
COVID.
Don't open that email. You will get COVID. So yeah, I had that, and so I started feeling better Friday. Took my son to football practice. He had his third football game this past yesterday actually, and he did amazing.
Shout out to
Shout out to
JJ.
you,
Woo!
JJ. Yeah, man. Say what's up. Throw your voice. Hi. Oh, hi. Yeah, I heard him. Hi. And he
up,
had an
man?
incredible game yesterday. His team won. He played against what's considered the best team, the Patriots, which is kind of poetic. But yeah, his team won 14-0, and he was out there getting interceptions and sacks and all
Look at
this.
you, JJ.
He was playing. I'm very proud of him. So,
job, JJ.
so that was a nice ending to a not so nice week. So.
And quickly, I also want to say, we're not trying to make light of COVID.
Oh no!
'Cause
People,
it might have
yeah,
sounded
no.
like that. It's a very real, serious thing. It's terrifying. It's unfortunate. But I think you kind of have to joke about these
Yeah,
things.
it's one of them things.
You
Like
just kind of have to. And then on top of that, it has been such a rough year with it that you
Yes.
just kind of got to.
Yeah, you kind of got to make light of it. Like it's that old adage, you got to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
all
so,
right.
yeah, what's first on the list?
Let's see what we got on the list. I'm never prepared for anything when people ask me, so let me.
What is it? What's Pornhub.com?
Oh, that's not.
Oh.
Stop it. Okay, so I had seen this on social meds, and
So meets?
Why don't we shorten words that
We shorten them and then shorten them even more.
Yeah,
We
it's
can
like,
just say there.
yeah, I'm like instead of saying very,
Social-
people
yeah.
were saying V now. Oh, I'm V tired.
Or
Like,
those
you're
they
V
call,
tired.
well, even like realistically, they call social media social.
Social, yeah, I was on
Hey,
social.
can I add you on social?
On the gram. So do you think our childhood was better than the children and teenagers of today? Do you think we grew up in a better
1,000%.
era?
1,000%.
1,000%. And why do you think so?
So, for us, I feel like back in our era, man, it was admittedly, and this is a fact, a simpler time.
Yes, absolutely.
It was a simpler time.
Absolutely.
To like make kids like us happy, it didn't take a lot.
It really
like,
didn't.
We were like walking down. I remember we used to walk our neighborhood, man, over
Yeah.
like the bowling alley and stuff.
Absolutely.
And just like that alone, we had fun taking walks, riding bikes, getting together and playing video games, and just the simple stuff. And I feel like in comparison to today's era, it's so much more. It's got to be constant. And also, they have these supercomputers, we all do, in our pockets.
Of course.
That make it where going for a walk just isn't that entertaining or engaging.
It's not.
anymore. It's like, why go for a walk when I can, like...
When I can pull out and read about the Declaration. No,
Yeah,
not the Declaration.
yeah, because that's
Well, you
usually
know
what
I
these
mean,
kids are doing.
Yeah, that's what they're concerned
I
about.
would
Right?
like to read the-
I don't know why.
Timmy,
That
what are
kid-
you doing? Sorry, teacher.
He was reading the Declaration of Independence. No, I agree. I wouldn't say 1,000% because I feel like it depends. Like there are certain elements that kids deal with today that I'm like, oh, that might have been cool to have back in our time. But I do think like with social media being the giant
The
that it is
prominent
these
thing,
days.
yeah.
Like it makes it harder to be a kid and a teenager and stuff because you're pretty much constantly under scrutiny. Like,
1,000%.
you're
And-
under a microscope all the time.
And also,
so-
and then you're just constantly comparing your life to others.
exactly. And so you like that's all you know is the comparison via
Exactly.
Instagram and all
This
this stuff.
influencer follows in Cabo right
Yeah.
now, and I'm at McDonald's.
Yeah, and then like imagine like because memes became a thing. We were still fairly young,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
were adults, and so imagine seeing all these motivational memes at like 14, like oh you're working your life away at a dead end
Yeah,
job,
yeah.
just leave and quit it all, and
Yeah, and you're
now
14, and
you're
you're-
14, you think that's how you need
in
to
a
do.
hyper impressionable time as well.
Absolutely.
Like the age where you're, yeah. So.
Yeah, and so
And I guess on the other side of my argument, I guess, like in today's era, and this is a double-edged sword or flip the coin, whatever you want to call it. Okay. But it's good and bad because you have like JJ's era, any song they want. Anytime they want, boom!
Right at your
We had to
fingertips.
go find our CD. Hey, where's my Ja
Absolutely.
Rule album? Like,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
And so that's nice, but also on the flip side of that, you then get that kind of like spoiled instant gratification to where
Yes.
I've been the guy where I'll go to load my Spotify and it'll take like 3 seconds and I'm like, what's wrong with this piece of garbage?
So mad.
3 seconds for a song? Are you kidding me?
I do think also one good thing for them is it's like you said, double-edged sword. Like being able to put content out on to the world just instantly.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're an artist or you
yeah.
edit videos or whatever the case may be, and then with having YouTube, you can learn and do just about anything.
Exactly.
So things like that are
Yeah, that's
nice, but
nice.
I just like. I miss the experiences we had, like just going to the video store for the weekend,
Right.
and picking out
Blockbuster, man, there's nothing. that'll-
Blockbuster, Hastings, picking out movies and snacks, and
Ordering a
then,
pizza.
exactly, doing all like those experiences. They're not gonna be able to get because it's like, hey, all I got to do is grab that remote and turn Netflix on. I got 1,000 movies.
I have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max.
Exactly.
I got everything covered.
So I think there's that. One thing I do think, so online gaming was another thing. Like as we were becoming adults, was becoming a thing. So I think that would have been cool. I think I would have enjoyed that a lot as a kid,
Yeah.
being able to just,
Yeah.
my friend over in California or wherever
hop
the case
on
may
it.
be, just hop on the game with
Bro,
them.
you
That'd
know,
have been cool.
you know how many friends, genuinely sincere, great friends I've made through gaming that I've never met in person, that I'll hop in a random match with, we'll end up like riffing and joking,
Yeah.
adding each other, being like, hey man, you on social media? Adding each other, like, and then I have multiple friends that I've met that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. Is with gaming now, you got these kids who are really good at gaming and they go on to make money from it.
But
and
not much, bro.
making-
Millionaires.
Yeah,
man.
like-
there's Twitch streamers that they were like breaking down. They're like, oh, this person makes $3 million a month from streams.
insane,
Like, yeah.
bro. Like so stuff like that I think is really cool, and I do think that would have been dope to have been part of our childhoods,
Yeah.
but I do think ours was better overall.
I also think like
Simpler times.
For me, today's new generation of accessibility is nice. Again, it's that double-edged sword of like, like you get what you want too easy situation.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
back when we were like younger and when I started like wanting to be a rapper and all that, to record a song was either I recorded on a trashy little computer microphone and whatever and just made this trash music. Because I've always been the greatest alive,
Yeah,
but
of
like the
course.
equipment was bad.
Yeah, it was the
that was
equipment
it.
didn't
It was
catch up.
I
Yeah,
was great. The
exactly.
equipment was bad.
You know what's funny? I remember it's fun, kind of poetic that I have a podcast, the Young Old Heads podcast, available on YouTube. It's kind of as if they don't already know if they're watching this.
Yeah, you do?
What?
Hold up.
No, I remember
How
being
do I
like
find it?
11 years old, man, and I like did like a little radio show. Like, but this was back in the day. This was in the early 2000s. So I had a radio and a tape, and I just like would talk near the radio, and like I was recording myself on the tape, and like doing
Bro,
goofy voices.
That is
and
poetic.
All
man.
this,
That's
you know.
100% poetic.
So maybe I was destined for
Yeah.
this.
Well, again, with that accessibility is again back in the day. If I wanted to like make a real like record, I would have had to go to some professional studio, this and that. Now, right now, inspiring artists, you can buy your own home studio for relatively like an affordable price and get like radio quality sound just
Yes.
because how far technology's come, and you can just start cutting your own. That's why like record labels are like dying in today's era.
They
because
really are,
independent artists just do it themselves. So So that's nice, but at the same time, are we nostalgic? Is that part of the reason?
I think that has a lot to do with it too, because I think you tend to remember things with the rose-tinted
Yeah,
glasses.
that's true.
So there's some things that were great, but a lot of things weren't so great in the '90s and 2000s.
Yeah, last thing I'll add on to this is back in the like '90s and stuff, and even being from Wyoming of all places, like no, I don't want to, no hate to Wyoming, but I really don't remember, aside from some isolated incidences, seeing like real bigotry and racism, like
Really?
like face of it,
You know,
myself personally. But I mean, I
yeah.
witnessed it when like hanging out with you and
Yeah.
hanging out with Cyrus and
I
my
was gonna
friends like
say,
that. So it's your
I,
environment,
yeah,
obviously.
obviously it's your environment.
But now I feel
But
like I see it just on a daily basis
yeah,
on social media.
it's under a magnifying glass, but it's always been there. I
Yeah,
can
and
tell
that's
you.
that's
I can tell you from experience.
yeah.
Like you got to think, man. Just because you ain't seeing it, don't mean it ain't.
Bro, I saw
happening,
this post the other day, and it was like that. It along the lines of everything that it was like, racism still exists even if you don't experience it.
Yeah.
Like, and it lists all these things like sexism exists even if you don't experience
Yeah.
it. And it said it is our world, not yours. And I was like, that's
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just never understood that mind state. Like, if I don't see it, it must not be happening.
When as a kid, that's kind of
Yeah,
my
I mean,
naive mind state.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, as
But
a
then
child,
again,
but
I did see it when I was with the people who it got like
who
committed on. Yeah,
Yeah,
so then
committed.
who
It's
experienced it.
racism-
So like then I was
racism
like,
committed.
yeah,
He
he
committed.
just committed racism.
He committed racism.
That's funny. is
Approximately
we
7
sound
p.m.
so smart sometimes, and sometimes we just sound dumb as fuck.
Hey, balance, man. We're a little dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We'll just-
so the verdict is you think we
Yeah,
had it
I
better.
would
I
say-
think
I'd
just
say
based
yes.
on the simplicity of our youth, that I would say that just for that reason we had it better. And, you know, I'm sure it's tough being a kid these days, honestly. So
JJ, you like being a kid?
yeah,
JJ's in.
yeah, he knows. He's enjoying being a kid. I'm making sure he's doing that because you got your whole life to work and worry about responsibility. So enjoy being a kid, my dude.
Or you're grounded.
Excuse me. Got a little bit of COVID remained in COVID
Yeah.
hanging around.
All right. So next thing.
Okay. So, what about a random
Facts
for the day?
It made me think about this the other day. A conversation we were having. But did you know that Stan Lee and Marvel invented the X-Men as a response to the civil rights movement?
Actually, this is the first random fact he's ever shared that I did know.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty impressive, yes, because the idea was that Professor X represented Martin Luther King, where he wanted to peacefully coexist and love
Yeah,
and
exactly,
unity and
yeah.
everything. Magneto represented Malcolm X, where it was more like, well,
Yeah, they want us
They
dead.
want
bro,
us
yeah.
dead. Like we're violence with violence. Like let's do this. So I actually did know that. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who did not, and I think that is really incredible that Stan Lee did that.
It really is, and that's where it kind of gives you some. Because God, wait, I don't even know what year X-Men debuted, but obviously
I believe it
in
was in the
correlation
60s.
with well, yeah.
I
so
think
like,
we'd have to look.
but yeah,
it
it was
up,
just a cool response to that, and the fact that he was socially aware at that time.
Yes.
At that time to be socially aware of that, and then to make such a cool concept behind it, like mutants. These mutants are different. Humans don't like these mutants because they're different, yet
Right.
they're so special and powerful. So like the whole concept of it was just beautiful. To
Yeah.
me. Like when I found that, I was like, damn, that's.
It's a deep guy,
good,
man. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
amazing, especially to do something like that at that time where, you could be. I actually recently, I'll have to dive more into this, but there was in the 60s, there was a music dance show that had actually gotten canceled because it showed a black man dancing with a white girl. And people were like, no, calling
You
or
can't do that.
sending letters, outraged, and it's just like, what? Why do you care? Like, what?
Like literally.
I don't want that filth on my TV. They're different colors.
Bro, how times have changed.
Well, yeah,
Back in the day, you had "Don't Show Your Ankle," and then today you got OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Progress.
OnlyFans. Actually,
Yo,
we can
yeah,
touch on
we
that
should- we
real
should
quick.
talk about
We'll
that.
touch on the whole thing with OnlyFans.
No
They
more
said
adult content.
No more adult content.
Starting October,
And
which
people-
has to be a shot in their own foot.
That's what I thought too.
That's got to
like,
be your only.
But the thing is that I guess they want different sponsors, and some of the sponsors don't want to. But it's like your customers are gonna fall. Like, so even if you got these sponsors,
man, I can't even imagine what that's gonna look like for them, their customer base to fall.
yeah, like it's gonna drastically, and it's like the sponsors are only gonna pay big money if you've got the audience.
Exactly.
So it's like I don't understand it, but. And people are making fun of the people who make money off it. I think that's foul, man. It's
So
like,
I was thinking something about, I think, as long as you're not harming anybody, do you?
yeah, do
Who
what you
cares?
want.
Like,
If you're
not
making,
hurting nobody.
yeah, exactly. And like this is some people's livelihood. Although I do think if you were making money, like a lot of money via OnlyFans, you definitely should have stashed some of that money.
Yeah, 100%.
And with that sort of
Definitely seen there might not be longevity.
exactly with it's lucrative, but how long is it going to be lucrative? So that's the sort of thing like you should do on the side, but still have some
Hey,
other.
everybody, it's the 50th anniversary of my OnlyFans.
Yeah, like
$1 a month. That's all I'm asking.
Exactly. So I mean, I think that's unfortunate, because a lot of people were gonna struggle after, because that's a big part of their income. But also, you shouldn't, like you said, that's something you can only do for so long. So
Yeah, and I agree. I did see one hilarious meme that I'll have to show you.
I've seen a few,
but there was one that admittedly got me. Like, I chuckled pretty hard.
Oh gosh,
That was pretty funny. But
OnlyFans, and then a lot of people were talking about starting their own versions of it.
Did we talk about that?
No.
I told Felicia then, I was like, somebody really smart right now who had some backing and some
I guess there's several other sites that are similar to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's just, I guess, their chance. Because realistically, you cut off one head of the dragon and 3 more pop up.
Exactly.
So it's supply and demand.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna multiple people are gonna offer solutions.
the crazy thing is though, like, so there's all these content creators for OnlyFans and that sort of audience, but it's like you migrate to another app. Who's to say all your customers are going there
migrate
too?
to that, yeah.
And like, because I'm sure there was millions and millions of people on
man.
OnlyFans. So how do we know what's going to be the next app where everybody's going to,
My OnlyFans account had at least 5 people. So
Yeah.
are they gonna follow?
I feel like you didn't need to share that.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
and it's crazy too. Like, not all of the stuff was sexual. Like I seen this guy said, he said, "Oh yeah, I followed this girl on OnlyFans just because I was a little thirsty or whatever, and all she did was post bikinis." And he's like, not like pictures of her in bikinis.
Oh, just actual
just
bikinis.
bikinis, like on the bed, on the counter, pictures of bikinis. I'm like, he got finessed.
Yeah, 100%.
I would have been hot, man.
The craziest thing I've ever seen take place on the internet was this guy started a GoFundMe one time for making a potato salad. It was,
Oh my God.
And so in GoFundMe, what's the other one? There's GoFundMe, and what's the other one?
Kickstarter?
Yeah, Kickstarter. So he started a Kickstarter. It wasn't GoFundMe. It was a Kickstarter for making potato salad. And on Kickstarter, the more you donate, you can donate, and it's like when this is available, you get XYZ. So like if you pay this much. So he had tiers of how much you paid, and like one of them was like, if you pay, I'll shout your name while I'm making the potato salad. If you pay $200, I'll sign your name on one of the potatoes before cutting it. And he went off. This thing made like $100,000 some dollars, bro.
Jeez.
I'm not even, and I was just flabbergasted. But then it was like poetically how the internet works, where just enough people saw this and thought it was funny. That's like, yeah, I'll kick him $10.
Yeah, that's great. Let me give you a little.
I
bit
just
of money.
like, I'll shout your name as I'm making the potato salad.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, so what's next?
All right, so let's get into so we're gonna be doing more content.
Yes,
we're pretty much officially YouTubers.
Yeah,
YouTubers with our 27
Yo,
subscribers.
Episode 2 of videos.
Yeah, episode 2 of the videos, episode 28
in general.
So one thing we definitely were interested in getting into is taste tests.
Yes.
So if you got any suggestions of things you might want to see us try, there's a couple things on the docket I think we might do.
So even now, if we list them, like if you guys in the comments, so we're thinking about 1, was
The hot Cheetos ice cream.
Flaming Hot Cheetos ice cream.
Flaming Hot Cheetos ice cream.
There is, I think we talked about it on one of the episodes, but the mac and cheese ice cream.
Mac and cheese ice cream. I don't know if we'll be able to get that one though. It was limited. So
Probably went
I don't know. I'm
quick.
not sure.
One we saw a while back was Mayoreo, and we thought it was a real product. Somebody mixed mayonnaise and Oreos together. Turns out it's not real. I vowed to myself that I would make it real, so we're gonna blend us some Mayoreo, maybe get some toast.
Yeah,
spread it on there.
I'm in.
Yeah,
We'll do it.
yeah. And what we'll probably do is it won't be part of these episodes.
We'll do something separate,
So we might actually have 2 videos dropping a week type of situation. Because I feel like it'd be difficult during this episode pull out.
Yeah,
blender.
move all the stuff aside. Forget that.
That's a whole nother.
Also, pumpkin spice flavored cup of noodles.
yeah. So weird.
that
one
bizarre.
sounded
I
weird.
don't know about that one.
Honestly, off the things we have listed, that's probably the one I'm least looking forward to.
Yeah,
that sounds awful.
I don't know, man.
Texture and flavor together, that just don't sound good to me.
I think the Flaming Hot Cheetos ice cream sounds like a stomach ache waiting to happen. Yeah. So I don't know about that one.
And if you guys know any other things,
anything crazy,
comment or screenshot it, and we'll buy it. We will buy it.
Absolutely.
We will taste test it. Just any odd things.
I got Meteor Man on my shirt today. If you can't see.
Shout out to Meteor Man.
Classic.
Again,
classic childhood favorite.
Jay and I bonded about that on an episode.
Absolutely.
We brought up Meteor Man. I was shocked because I loved Meteor Man as a kid. Went and rented it from Warehouse Video. Watched it all the time. Just a great movie, just concept, just fun. And we brought it up, and you were the only other human being in my entire life who, when I've said Meteor Man, was like, Meteor Man.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was surprised you knew it because you're a white. But no, I'm kidding. It's crazy. A lot of people haven't seen it, and a lot of my friends have. It was just part of our childhood growing up. But I don't know many people, since coming to Wyoming anyway, that have seen it or even aware of the movie.
I love Meteor Man. I love that he had an assortment of powers. Like he could read a book in a second and get all of its knowledge and information.
Exactly.
Read a book on kung fu and just start whooping ass.
I feel like if you watched it for the first time today, it might be a little cheesy.
Yeah, 100%.
But with it being linked to my childhood, I have a different view of that movie. So
I tried to show Felicia Pootie Tang.
And
she was
Lord.
like, "This is the dumbest movie I've ever seen."
Yeah, you can't watch it for the first time when you're
with somebody who's like, because every time something would happen, I'd look over at her, is it pretty good,
Pull up, man, pull up. Okay, so we'll do the taste test then. Give us some suggestions in the comments section, if you please. Some of y'all watching and don't be wanting to comment, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, we get so many views, but just nobody wants to comment.
Y'all scared to say something. I'm gonna just start saying names of people who was in the comment section. Boom, Miss Joni Fletcher. Shout out to you.
My mom always gets a shout out.
I'm probably gonna shout you out on every episode as long as you comment.
She calls me after every time she watches an episode, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much, guys. I love you." And so shout out moms.
I was in the comment section. Shout out to me.
Yeah. I saw that. I went and saw we had some comments on one, and I went and saw that some were you, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was in there. And then my homeboy Raul, he was up in there. Raul Conseco, he was up in there. Shout out to you, bro. Also, let's get into our next segment.
Yes.
Best rap names.
So I'm gonna go with nostalgia, and just in general, I do think it's a cool name, but I think Method Man is a cool name.
Method Man's pretty fire.
Method Man is a dope name, man. That's one of those names that, man, I should have thought of that.
Yeah, that's a really good one. You know what's not a good one is Skullduggery.
That's the best rap. Skullduggery?
There's a dude back in the 90s, a rapper named Skullduggery. I think that is awful. It sounds like some old medieval video game. But I think one of the best ones to me, always and forever, DMX, and I be the best. You see the rest, they looking like they need a rest. DMX has always been just cool. I know it's just as simple as it being 3 letters, but I've always thought it was just dope.
Yeah, I guess let's establish now that the ones we're probably gonna pick I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be any real particular reason.
Yeah.
Aside from how it hits me when
Exactly.
and especially when I heard it, and another one for me, Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls, Notorious
And,
B.I.G.
yeah, and also the Notorious B.I.G.
That sounds cool.
What made me love that Notorious B.I.G. was on the name, especially on one of his songs, where it's like, it's the NOTORIO US. You just lay down slow, and
Yep,
I was just like, bro, you flipped your a big ass word like Notorious.
It's so dope how you did it.
So yeah, Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls,
That's a good one. Busta Rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Busta Rhymes, also an underrated MC for sure. I always thought his name, great voice, and Busta Rhymes, like, I just hear that name and I just think of like wildness.
Yeah,
like,
Go in all of his, bro. He delivers that like 100%. You listen to like his videos and stuff, bro. He spazzes.
Yeah, just absolute wild. He's kind of gotten more mellow in his old days, but just wild videos, wild concepts.
What do you feel about rappers who just use their name?
What do you mean?
Like Kendrick Lamar.
I think that's cool too. I think
Joel Ortiz.
Nas. Yeah. His name's Nasir Jones.
Yeah, that's a cool. Again, that's a cool name.
Yeah,
and that's just
I think that's dope too. Like especially, but I just feel like for me, like you gotta really be solid to just come out with no gimmick.
And also have a decent, like Obi Trice is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
like
Obi
you really,
Trice,
I feel like because most of the dudes, I can't think of anybody who uses their real name and it's trash. Like it's you. Yeah. Those dudes are.
You better have a decent, a pretty decent name.
Oh,
I apologize.
The COVID.
Oh Jesus, that's from. But you better have a pretty decent name. You can't just come out and be like, "Oh, I'm Pete Jones."
Yeah, I'm Clarence Thompson.
I don't know if somebody's like, "Bro, you hear that new Clarence Thompson track?" I'm
like, Clarence. I'm Clarence.
This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
I got an uncle named Clarence. Shout out to you, uncle. But
he's probably listening to this. Right now, like, what the fuck?
I don't ever remember calling him Clarence though. He had a nickname, but. So yeah, Clarence. Clarence.
That's awful. Back up, Terry. Yeah. Here's that video.
Yeah. But let me think. I can't. There's not really too many more that I'm just like, oh, that name is fire.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I always thought Ice Cube was... I've gone back and forth with Ice Cube. Like, thinking it was cool, man. Like, Ice Cube, yo. Like, an Ice Cube. But you got to think of the era that he was from. Like, it was MC.
Yeah, because now that's a corny name.
Yeah.
Like
but
Ice Cube, but back
then... Yeah, like Cool C.
You were cold. Yeah, you was
Gangster
cold.
G and, Nicky D.
Same with Ice-T.
Yeah, same thing. Same concept.
Same concept. One that I think...
I always thought Easy E was cool.
Easy E's
always been cool.
I think Royce da 5'9" is cool, but then I found out where, allegedly, from what I know from the article I read, where he got that name from, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But it's from the car, the Rolls Royce, obviously, and then
his real name's Ryan too.
Yeah, he's Ryan. So Royce da 5'9" was from the car, a Rolls Royce, and then he's 5'9" tall. So Royce da 5'9". So I just thought, but props to uniqueness that you like. That's what you combine. Like, let me combine a car and my height.
Yeah,
that'll be my rap name.
A car and my height. Yeah, that's it.
Like, hey, yo, I'm Toyota 6'5". What's up, baby? We in here.
Gosh, I'm Town and Country 5'8". It's silly, but it's like one of them things. Like his skill, like his skill just silences anything you could possibly say about the name,
even with we talked recently with the whole beef thing that was going on. I tried to I thought he was acting a little bit like, bro, come on, step up and do something. But then you just go listen to one of his songs and you're like, oh, bro, you're one of the greatest to ever have done this. So,
okay, so
these are WTFs. Yeah, yes,
we are getting into some WTF headlines.
That one's mine. You gotta let me read that.
Okay, motherfucker.
This is mine. I sent it to you.
You need to chill out.
Okay, guys. Just because I never have them.
Okay, whatever.
And I found this.
He's proud. Have your moment, sir.
Okay, all right, that's my moment. So I found this the other day. It was on my Google News. This was not some obscure random site or anything. This was on Google News.
Was that a dig at me? What are you trying to?
Oh no, I'm saying when you hear the headline, you're gonna think this could be one of them parody things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not you. Not a dig at you.
I'm
gonna show you where you get all your fake shit from. No, I'm
Oh.
saying like, cause you're gonna hear, you guys are gonna hear this, and you're like, why is this Google newsworthy?
Yeah.
Sexually frustrated sea snakes mistake scuba divers for potential mates.
Oh,
Just
so
like-
they came in hot, like, oh,
Yeah,
dry
just
spell's
hey,
over.
what's
huh?
up, hey.
Let me settle.
Yeah, I just picture him having these slime ball voices.
Oh
Hey,
God, just sick pervs. Just yeah,
Hey,
we got action.
you from around here?
Okay, so I got a few of these that I don't have them in order to which ones I wanted to start with. So, here's a good one.
All right, that's right.
Florida man.
Okay.
Florida man claims he only drank at stoplights and not while driving. I'm like, hey, well.
It's like that meme we saw the other day, that one where that guy, he got pulled over by the cops. He goes, I thought you was a thug.
Oh, I thought you was a thug.
He goes with the lights on above my car.
I thought it was Christmas. That was funny. Yeah, I see that with this one. Just is kind of hilarious and super petty, but funny nonetheless. Okay, so in 2012, after his girlfriend broke up with him, a Chicago man bought a car for $500 in her name and abandoned it illegally parked at an airport. The car accumulated over $100,000 in parking fines, which the city demanded his ex-girlfriend pay.
Damn. That's cold blooded.
That is foul, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like it's just another level of petty.
Yeah,
like,
you crossed the line. Just
like you wrote the book.
like
on
you
petty.
really had to go that far.
That's what I'm like. You spent money to make sure that you spent money to make sure she was suffering in the future.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, gosh,
10
man.
years from now, when the collection agencies are calling you got any more?
Oh, actually, I do have more headlines, but I was going to jump into the Would You Rather.
Okay, yeah.
You want one more headline?
No,
or
that was fine. Would you rather?
Okay, so I've narrowed it down to 3 of them here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so would you rather be 11 feet tall or 9 inches tall?
Ooh. That's actually hard. That's like...
That's
That's
really
too
tough
parallel.
because both of them are awful. Like,
because 11 feet, like
you can't go nowhere.
You
Like,
don't function in society anymore whatsoever. You can't walk into stores. What car are you fitting in?
Yeah.
Like, where are you going at 11 feet
11
tall?
feet tall. Like,
I'm a story tall. You just be looking in the first story neighbors or the second story of a neighbor's window.
and then 9 inches tall, like you really,
Again,
you're pretty limited too. Like you
I
can't.
feel like I think I'm gonna pick 9 inches.
Why?
Because I feel like I would find some sort of use for it. Like I would sneak into bank vaults, and I would do some. Yeah, I feel
Bro,
like
9
I
inches
could
tall.
utilize 9 inches. That
9
sounded
inches-
awful.
No,
Out of
yeah,
I
whoa,
feel,
I-
yeah, okay.
Whoa, hey, yo,
Yeah,
man.
whoa,
I don't know what
whoa.
you're into, but
No, but yeah, I feel like being 9 inches tall, there's so many more opportunities, and
I just feel like you're so limited with either one.
yeah, they're both bad choices.
They're both terrible. But 9 inches tall, I mean, at least you can, I guess, have a social life. Like, you're going to be the life of the party. Hey, look
Yeah.
at my
Hey!
homeboy. Look at my homeboy.
What's
He's
up,
9
dude?
inches
Just
tall.
coming in there, giving the smallest high five on earth. You're gonna be popular.
Yeah, so.
11 feet tall, nobody wants to
Yeah,
talk
nobody.
to you.
Oh, yeah. It's like, this guy. Nobody can see nothing. You can't go to no concerts. You can't.
You can't fit in a car.
You can't do like you literally. Yeah,
You ride in the back
I
of a
think-
pickup truck everywhere you go.
I think I'd probably pick the 9 inches
Yeah,
tall.
absolutely, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the show, get in the comment section and let us know, would you rather be 9 inches tall or 11 feet tall? Okay, so I'm going to do one more, and then we should probably wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
I feel like again, oof. Okay, is this one time?
It's you have the ability, so I
Okay,
mean,
well, I mean, so the only one that's practical is 10 minutes, because if you can see 150 years in the future, you'll use that once.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, that's 150 years from
Well,
now.
I mean, you could utilize it
Every
in a way,
year, yeah.
like maybe say something's invented 150 years in the future.
Oh, and then
you
you-
could be like, hey, I could do that right now, so you can kind of look and see how they did it and do it now. And then, but the 10 minutes thing could be helpful in a lot of situations too.
I'm picking 10 minutes. Just because you could set yourself up in some pretty like successful ways with that. You know, you could get ready to do something risky and like hold up and then
Yeah.
like just get to
Yeah,
see that
if
10
you
minutes
do
ahead. And
this-
like, okay, like
Yeah, if you do this, this is what's gonna happen in 10 minutes. I
see
mean,
some girl at the bar. I'm like, all right, here's the line. I'm gonna go up and tell her, and then
And you
see
said 10 minutes,
later,
she keep throwing
you're laying on the floor pulling your balls.
she threw a drink in your
Yeah.
face and kicked you in the
And
balls.
you're like, all right, okay.
Nah,
Let's
maybe
see about this one over
Maybe
here.
I won't shoot my shot. So yeah, I feel like that because I mean, the 150 year thing would be it's pretty astronomical. Like, what if?
I feel like whoever would you rather that should have done 10 minutes or 10 years would have been smarter.
Yeah,
Because 10 years, I feel like 10 years.
yeah,
in the
because at
future-
least that's still within your
Yeah, because yeah, exactly. 150.
Your
You're
lifetime.
gonna be dead. So like,
yeah
in 150
long
years.
gone. Like my son will be gone too. So it's
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Everybody you like.
yeah, everybody's
is
gonna be gone.
in
So
150
yeah, I think out of those two, you're right though. The 10 years would have been more sensible,
Yeah,
but.
more sense.
So yeah, I would absolutely go with 10 minutes too, because like you were saying, you can utilize that way better.
And again, there are variables though, because I mean, we're getting way too like existential here, but I mean, every second that passes has a potential to change the future. So even if you saw 10 years in the future, you could go to 2 job interviews, and at the first one think 10 years in the future, go to the second one and think 10 years in the future, and you
Yeah.
might have 2 different outcomes.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, you getting too deep with it,
Yeah.
bro. I didn't think about all that. You're kind of intelligent. All right, so that's been another episode. Oh, I don't do the outro.
Yeah,
You
what
do
the hell,
outro.
man? All right, I'm done.
I'm sorry.
JJ, you come do this for me? Do the outro? Come here. Come
Come
on, JJ.
on.
Just come say hi. No? All right, we ain't going to get him. All right, you have been tuned into another episode of the Young Old Heads podcast. This is the hip-hop seasoned, adjacent,
This is
centric,
flavored,
kind of like, sort of, times we'll mention it, podcast. I am Nicholas Fletcher.
And I'm Francis P. Forkenstern.
I want to know how long those are just sitting in your brain before we have the opportunity
Today.
to say them. Just
Today, I just
on the
came
fly?
Up, yeah, well, not right now,
but
but
just
like
right,
probably an hour ago. Yeah, I'm Jaquan Davis, actually.
and, you've been tuned into
Let me
another
slide
episode.
out, but not slide all the way out because it's awkward. Like, imagine a dude thinking he was cool. I'm out, y'all.
Oh shit! All right, so this is another episode
28.
28, and
28
episode 2 of the videos.
Second word.
I feel like the first video went well. This one even felt more organic, so I'm happy with it. So comment any suggestions, things you want us to taste test.
Also, we're doing polls on our Instagram page right now, so go ahead and hop on there and give us a little engagement.
I also don't think we've ever promoted the Instagram page. So
Oh yeah, IG at Young Old Heads. Also like us on Facebook at Young Old Heads. And if you're watching the show, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Absolutely. Bye.
Peace.